this little guy. Yeah. That was the first thing like that I ever sculpted. I thought it came out friggin' awesome for a first time, you know? I had to poke all these holes to put all those little spikes in. It was really fun. Yeah. Yeah, he's still packed away. You can also see here I sculpted around that same time. I did a Lumily. You know Lumily? This guy? All right, enough of that. Cadet Red Shirt, you are free to go. If you need to raid and run, go get yourself fed and watered. I release you to the wild. Uh, Tabukin, Smogus, the boss frog battle. Ah, what? I almost thought the eyes were googly eyes. That would be funny if they could move around. Oh, that would be fun. I don't know how you'd sculpt googly eyes. I suppose you could. Oh gosh, sorry. Switch it back. Sorry. So yeah, I'm gonna pour another set of dice. This resin was really cheap and it's really good resin, but it takes forever to cure, like 24 hours. I know there's a term for that, like what that is. I know like the amount of time you can work with it. I think it's called a pot life, I think, but I don't remember what the curing time special name is. So yeah, I just got a resin kit from I think it was Family Dollar. It says $5 on it, but it was actually $1, and it's 3 fluid ounce bottles, so it's 6 ounces of resin for $1. Can't beat it. I'm just chilling mainly. Had a quick stream to test out a sewing stream. Sewing machine stream, hand sewing. How did that go? I actually have to do quite a bit of testing. I had some ideas on how I can improve my audio quality that I want to test out, but I'm going to do it after stream. I tried to do it during stream, but for some reason it wasn't updating. I think I need to close OBS. So I'm just mixing, and then we're gonna add the purple powder. Moonwind and I were chatting while we were decanting these dice, and they, because we're not using gender pronouns, they picked the purple powder. So that's what we're gonna use. I don't have a mobile setup, so it was all my phones acting as cameras so far away from the PC. Yeah, I'm using my phone. You can see here the little watermark, Droid Cam. It's a free app. I can only, with the free app, I can only stream at 720 though, and that is plugged in USB to my computer. And that's my main camera, and then I have a Logitech webcam over there, which that's one of the things I gotta play with. Look how yellow I am. So I gotta figure that out. When I was doing testing, it looked like nice and tan, but something changed, or I don't know if the lights are different somehow. They is indeed my pronouns. You're gendering me correctly. Yay! Yay. That's cool. That's cool. I have a tendency to call everybody my dude, male, female, trans, non-specific, non-binary, whatever it is. Everyone's my dude, but not all my dudes appreciate my dude words. So I am getting better with that. I picked up that my dude from the last season of Stranger Things, that like stoner kind of. I don't know if he was an islander or if he was an Asian of some sort, but hey, my dude, it just stuck. It stuck hard. I mean, how long ago was that? I mean, I watched that season as it came out, so that was like 2 years ago already. Calling people my dude. I don't acting camera so far away. I Cadet Redshirt. I took apart a sewing machine a couple days ago on stream. I disassembled it for parts to make another robot out of. I have, yeah, it's right here. There's all the parts, not including the body, like the outer casing. I was pretty bummed. I didn't open the sewing machine box. It was kind of a hand-me-down from my mom. I'd always intended to take it apart and use it for parts, and I was pretty bummed when I found out the foot was plastic. I was really hoping for a stainless steel foot, and I was also hoping there'd be more thread in there. I was hoping for some colored thread to use to decorate it because I do those builds where I will make something out of just these parts, so I have to just use what I got. And I was hoping I'd have some different colored thread in there to use for decorating a little bit. The bobbin had some navy blue, but that's so dark it's not really colorful pop. So the only color I'll be able to get on this thing is the kind of from these wires. But that's a future project. What I like to do is take something apart and kind of really look at the pieces and kind of think about it for a couple weeks before I get started. You know, I will kind of get this thing out and sort through it from time to time. Um, Tabukin, yeah, I could. You're absolutely right about that, but I've really been kind of priding myself on putting stuff together, just using what's in there. Just that's it. And even to the point of trying to make it work with colors as well. You know, you're always kind of limited by when you do that. I've done that. That'll be my probably my sixth one when I start working on that, which will probably be my next project. Um, it really depends on what you get, on how well that actually works out. Like for example, the last one I made was just out of the parts of a cheap little desktop fan, and so it didn't have a lot of parts. And I was able to at least get that together. He is like the most basic of all my builds because there was just so few parts. But I was able to, you know, kind of wrap the legs with copper wire from inside the wire to get some color there, you know, things like that. But yeah, he's just a simple little guy, you know. He's got his little goatee and he's got a little purse and his little swiveling arms, which is neat. But I prefer to do stuff that's way more complicated than that. You need to have the right source material. Like for example, this is Toby. Toby I made out of the parts from a cassette boombox. It had two cassette players and a CD player and a radio. And these are all parts from that. And you can see, you can get really detailed, you know, and you can kind of do it in a way where the color, it doesn't need to be painted. You know what I mean? This guy actually has some articulation to him. And he has little moving arms. This is my favorite thing that I've ever built. This little bit of his arm right here, I think looks so dope. Yeah. So, you know, that's what I'm going to do with that sewing machine. I not only do I love it, it's so fun for me, but also it's like kind of a unique thing that I don't think anybody is doing, or if they're doing it, they're not doing it the way I'm doing it, and they're certainly not putting it on Instagram and YouTube and stuff. So it's a niche thing for me, you know? Yeah, cadet. I was hoping that the sewing machine was older than that. Honestly, I looked all over the box and on the instructions, and it didn't have a date on it, so I'm not sure how old it was. I know it's over 10 years old, so I had some hope, you know. But yeah, everything's plastic now. That's why, like that cassette boombox was such a good source material for me because it was old electronics. You know, it had real gears and real parts and stuff, you know. And it had a lot of them because there's a lot going on with a double cassette player setup, you know, and also with the CD player. Um, I'm always looking for old electronics to take apart. I have a VCR that's kind of sitting, waiting for me to get desperate. I've always kind of avoided doing a VCR build because I have a feeling I'm going to be really disappointed by what's on the inside of those things. Same thing with the typewriter. I was kind of like, I've been saving that for, because I didn't know what was in it, you know? And I'm pretty encouraged. The stuff that's in there is good. I should be able to make something pretty cool out of it, but I have no idea how I'm going to go about it yet. I just took everything apart. Hmm. Batteries not included. Yep, that'd be fun. I've always wanted to make a Johnny Five from Short Circuit, and I actually have a pretty good start on that. If anyone's familiar with the Short Circuit, let me find this picture real quick. Um, Short Circuit is about a kind of a man-sized wheeled robot that gets struck by lightning, kind of, or it gets kind of fried by a power transformer thing, and you know, uh, becomes conscious. He achieves consciousness, and then the adventures go on. Man, where is these picture? I could have sworn I threw this picture in my. Yeah, there it is. These are two security cameras I was able to get my hands on. If you're familiar with the movie, you can see why I'm pretty excited to get those because they're absolutely perfect. And actually, down in here, these are all lights. So if I can figure out a way to wire them for the lights to come on, I am ahead of the game. I'm really excited about that. But that is going to be way down the road, guys, for sure. I mean, people, not guys. Yeah, speaking of Mohawks, here's a dude that I sculpted earlier this year. His name is Mohawk Jones. He's a pumpkin. My favorite sculpt. Um, Tabukin, I'm not sure. Like the since the eyes would probably be the oh, I can feel this. The resin is starting to get warm. I would say that as well, well and truly mixed. I've been mixing it while I've been chatting this pretty much this whole time. The eyes, since like that would inform the size of the build, right? So I have to build things in proportion. So I have to get a real good look at the face or just the head part of that robot again to get a feel for it. But I imagine it would probably have to be about 4 feet, maybe, maybe 5 feet. I think 4 feet probably, because I'm okay if the head gets a little exaggerated by it. But I already have some ideas on how I can source some of the parts. You know, he kind of runs on tank treads, and that's going to be complicated to get. So I'm going to have to kind of figure that out. But I'm getting some ideas together. Okay, I want to take a second here and mix this powder. So bear with me if I clam up for a second. And again, Cadet Redshirt, thank you for the raid. B-boy red or B girl red shirt in the house. So this is super fine, super fine. Look at that. If anyone's familiar with what dip powder is for doing nails, that's what this is. This is dip powder. So I'm going to get a pretty, what's this? This is a quarter teaspoon, but I bet you I double that. We'll see. So I wish I had a way to kind of hold this. Oh no, it doesn't look like it's going to want to move around. I'm just going to slowly pour that out. There's slowly, and then there's the way I just did it. All right. Okay, I'm going to put the lid back on this thing because if anything happens, it's such a fine powder, it'll be everywhere. So you can see the resin, the hardener is kind of a yellow orange, orange, but it does cure clear. So um, this will actually be a bit lighter than what it looks like in the cup. It's already looking pretty good though. I know that it's you know that the light setup I have isn't best for true color. Let me bust this light on. Does this help? A little bit. It's a little bit. I would say it's a little bit lighter than how it appears on the screen. A smidge lighter. Actually, this is probably pretty good. I don't think I really need to add some more. Maybe we'll have to look at the boss. Moonwind. Moonwind. What are we thinking about this color? My person. Supra, that was fast. There's no way that was a half hour. And if it was, I should have gone on break. I've been sitting here too long. Where are we at on the stream? Let's see. Twitch stats is showing me 3.5 hours, but who knows how true that is. Moon wind. What do we think of this color? It's looking good so far. Okay. No, it's not too far away. Yeah, I thought you said it was going to be a half hour though. There's no way that was a half hour. Maybe you didn't say that, and that's just what my brain thought. I think maybe a little bit more powder just to be on the safe side, but I think we're good. I think we're good. But I mean, like I was saying earlier, my wife bought so much dip powder, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars of this stuff, and never going to be used again, except by me doing this. So I can just go to town. Like, when's the next time I'm going to use this purple? Probably never. This is probably way overkill, but these are going to look nice. Moonwind, I don't know when I'm going to be on again, but I imagine I will come on tomorrow at some point to decant this. I don't know. Is decant even what you do with this? I'm gonna to get them out of the mold. You know, I will post the final pictures on my Instagram. So if you want to, if you can't be on the stream at whatever time I decide to go on, which I have no idea when that'll be, probably in the morning Central Time, Texas. So say probably, I'm going to say 9:30 or 10 a.m. here, which for reference, it's 1:30 right now compared to when you are. But I will put it on my Instagram. If any of y'all want to check out my Instagram, I'll put a link. Insta. Boom. Oh my God. Do you even links, bro? Insta. Boom. There we go. That's my Instagram. Okay. This is looking soupy and delicious. Should I just do a shot? Should I just I mean, someone stop me because I'm gonna do it. No? Everyone's cool with that? I'm such a dummy today. Well, Moonwind, when you came on, I had already been on for about 2 hours, I think, or more, really. So it's going to be kind of around the time I started my stream. But I don't know how long I'll go. I probably won't go as long as I'm going today. I was trying to make it to 3 hours. And where are we at? We're getting close to 4 hours. Yeah, time zones are nuts. That's why I tried to give you the reference. Right now it's 1:30, so you'll have to math. Or remind me, tell me where you are. I'll math it for you. I don't know. I don't know if you told me before, but if you did, I forgot already. Okay, so I have the resin well mixed. What I'm going to do is grab another mold. So if I have extra resin left over, like I did yesterday, I had just a little left over, not enough to make another dice, but I made a little. I had a mold with like a little. I'm looking for him. Where'd that thing go? It was like a little seahorse. So I want to have that handy so I can pour that as well. Let me look. It's the molds. Just a moment. I don't see them. Something tells me I put them with this. Oh, yes. There we go. Yeah, it was a different mold than this that had the seahorse on it. But we'll go ahead and use this one. Maybe we'll do this little toucan, and maybe we'll do some little Space Invaders. You're in the UK, so you're probably 6 hours ahead of me. Is it 9:30 there? No, 7:30. 7:30 there. So it would be like probably 4:30 your time, something like that. That I would come on, and I would probably wait till people are kind of in and around before I hold it. Yeah, this is starting to thicken up already. It shouldn't be. I wonder if it's reacting with that powder. You love the Toucan Supra? Yeah, this is a really cool little set. I bought this at a local hobby stop. I think it's actually for for using with Sculpey, but it works really good with the resin. This sun is really cool too. I've made a couple of those. Do I have any around? Probably not. Yeah, I think there's one on the fridge. But we'll go with the toucan first, and then I will probably do an alien dude who they look like that. And then if I still have resin left, I'll do the sun. But hopefully this will be about right, and I won't have all this extra resin left over. All right, so while I'm pouring, I am really going to need to concentrate because I want to pour it very slowly and in a very thin stream. That'll help get some of the bubbles out, but I gotta watch. I can break between them, but I'll probably pour a couple of them. So I'm gonna be heads down for a second here, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. This would be better if the camera was over on this side facing in so you could see better. I apologize if the view is a little blocked here, but bear with me. Yeah, you can't see how thin this stream is. The stream is thinner than a toothpick coming out of the cup right now. And we learned from taking that last one, or when we took the last ones out, that we really don't want to overfill these too much because there are little wells on the sides of some of them that also fill with resin and make it a little tricky to get out. Okay, first one. Actually, a little bit more, and then I'll zoom. And if you are well familiar with resin pouring, I am explaining a bunch of stuff you already know, and I apologize. That's stupid pouring because I am no expert in this process. Okay, so he's a little domed over. I think we're going to let that stay that way, though. Maybe I can just pour with my other hand. You know, I am a guitar player. I can do some things with my left hand, can't I? There we go. Ooh, I'm starting to lose it. It's starting to go down the side of the cup. Let's reset here. Let's reset. I think this was the 10. It's gotta be, it's gotta be up. I can't have it, too much. I can't have it dipping down because the numbers are on the little lid thing that's gonna sit over the top of this. What do we think of resin pouring as Twitch stream crafting content? Is this interesting? Is this stupid? I enjoy it, but I also want to keep things interesting on the streams. I can always do crafting stuff that isn't that interesting off stream. So I'm still trying to get a feel for what people are into. I know from being a big fan follower Andy Mecca that people like watching sculpting. So I know that's fine, but like building the little robots seemed to go okay. Didn't get anyone or very many people in while I was painting the frog yesterday or Sunday. So no feeling for how that is, but I know there's a million paint streams. People are in there. Typically, they are painting minifigs or painting, like a painting on canvas or something. Um, I have a lot of interests. That's why I didn't name my channel, you know, making little robots Redux. It's Craft Redux because I like a lot of different crafts. Personally, you enjoy it. The resin pouring. You know what? I don't think there is enough resin in here. I don't think this is going to fill all these molds. Okay, let me think. Guess I could always mix more. Yeah, I'll just mix more if it's not enough. I'll take a little break though. I need to get at least some ice. I've been drinking on a Diet Coke the last hour and a half, and it's gotten warm. What was that you say? Switch to water? Poppycock. How dare you? Oh, I might have been overreacting. I think we might have enough. Might have enough for the whole set this time. Let's see. There we go. Yep, it's close. It's close. Do I risk it? I say I risk it. I kind of wanted to make that toucan. We can always do that another time. Yeah, we're living on the edge, Moonwind. Rules don't apply to people like us. Oh yeah, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. I can see it already. Yep. Yeah, I actually might be able to do toucan as well. Okay, cool. Yep, that's full. All right, come on. Can we fill the whole two? Okay, there's just a little bit left. I don't know if it's enough for the sun, but I certainly overreacted when I thought we were running out for the dice. Oh yeah, there's enough for this as well. Ooh, purple sun. That's so cool. All right, so I'm not sure if the resin is gonna fill in these edges, so I'm just gonna force the issue. I got a bunch of toothpicks right here, so we'll just toothpick it in there. The pour went very well, um, except for when I did that little reset when the resin started going down the side of the cup. I think I had pretty good control over the bubbles. Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, right on. How fun. Still a little bit left. Let's see. Maybe it'll be enough to make one of these. These are the smallest ones, like little layers or something. Oh, nah, I'm not even going to bother. There's barely any in there. Okay. I did get some resin on my hands though, or on my fingers. So I'm going to just get rid of this real quick and wash my hand. I'll be back in two shakes. Let me make sure I get some of this resin on my computer mouse. There we go. Perfect. All right, all right, B boys and B girls, my Tuesday family today up in the craft stream. What I did before just now, I'm never gonna live down how embarrassed and how shameful I feel about a huge error I made. I didn't follow the one fucking rule that the master gave me. I did not wear me some gloves. Craftsman would show up over here and he would kill me with kindness for making that mistake. Can you believe I poured resin without wearing gloves? Oh, ugh. Ah, I do like a wee bit of the dramatic. All right, sorry. I know I came hard with that, but I thought it was funny. Um, let's see. Oh, thanks for watching the resin for me, Moon. I can't believe I didn't wear gloves. You can see, like, my finger is still kind of shiny from the resin. Like, that's not coming off of here real easy. Like, I'm gonna have to work on this the rest of the day. It's starting to catch a little bit, but like, my finger